5 unmistakable signs the universe is unlocking a life you never planned for. If this message found you, it's not a coincidence. It's divine choreography. Every delay, every closed door, every moment of stillness you once thought was silence was actually a sacred alignment, carefully positioning you for something greater than you imagined. The universe whispers in moments like these. It doesn't always announce itself with thunder. It moves quietly, unlocking doors you never planned for and inviting you into a life built on alignment, destiny, and purpose. Today, we're going to uncover 5 unmistakable signs that the universe is already unlocking a life you never planned for. And when you notice them, you'll understand why nothing in your journey has been random. Because sometimes what feels like an ending is actually a door unlocking. And sometimes what feels like delay is really divine choreography, bringing you into perfect alignment.
Chapter 1. Unexpected doors appear. Sacred alignments begin. Have you ever felt like life suddenly rearranged itself? Not with noise, but with a quiet precision you couldn't explain? That's the first unmistakable sign the universe is unlocking a life you never planned for. Unexpected doors appear where you never imagined there could be any. It often starts when something familiar dissolves. A job you thought was permanent ends. A plan you trusted falls apart. A relationship shifts without warning. At first, it feels like loss or failure. But in reality, these moments are sacred alignments, the divine choreography of life making space for something greater than you imagined. These aren't random events. They are invitations into uncharted territory, whispers from the universe saying, "You've outgrown this room. Here's the key to another." That's why the door never looks like a door at first. It might look like interruption, disruption, or even heartbreak. But it's a threshold disguised as an ending. And then the signs multiply. You meet someone unexpectedly, and their words carry the exact message you needed to hear. An idea comes to you that feels foreign and impossible, yet it won't leave your mind. A path that was blocked yesterday quietly swings open today. These are sacred alignments, timed too perfectly to be coincidence. In these moments, your old self may hesitate. It wants guarantees. It wants proof. But these doors are not built for your old version of self. They are an invitation to step into destiny and alignment before you feel ready. If you feel this now, doors appearing unexpectedly, opportunities you never planned for showing up in your path, it's not luck. It's evidence the universe is already unlocking your life for something extraordinary. And the key to walking through, it isn't certainty, it's faith. It's the courage to say yes to the whisper before it becomes a roar. Because the universe rarely screams its messages. It prefers the soft click of a door unlocking in your spirit, waiting for you to walk through and become who you are meant to be.
Chapter 2. Obstacles begin to dissolve, from resistance to flow. When the universe is unlocking a life you never planned for, one of the most powerful and unmistakable signs is this: resistance begins to dissolve, and life starts moving in a way that feels divinely orchestrated. For years, you may have felt like you were pushing against walls that wouldn't move, jobs that felt stuck, dreams that refused to unfold, relationships filled with friction, plans that collapsed again and again. But when you step toward that unexpected door, when you say yes to the divine choreography unfolding in your life, something changes. The universe whispers back in alignment, and suddenly the weight lifts. The walls don't fall with an explosion, they quietly dissolve with grace. What once required all your energy now feels lighter. Conversations that once ended in misunderstanding now flow toward clarity and resolution. People who were unavailable suddenly open their schedules and hearts. Resources and opportunities you've been searching for appear precisely when you need them. This isn't random. This is sacred alignment in motion. The moment you walk through that unseen door, you're no longer forcing your way through life. You're being carried by a flow that feels bigger than you, a rhythm of destiny and purpose that's too perfect to be coincidence. Even your inner world begins to shift. The fear, hesitation, guilt, and self-doubt that once ruled your choices start losing their power. Instead, you feel a calm confidence you can't fully explain, a quiet yes in your body telling you, this path is aligned. This is exactly where you're meant to be. This stage doesn't mean there will never be obstacles again, but the quality of resistance changes. The energy that once felt heavy now feels open, fluid, and intentional. You're no longer swimming upstream. You're moving with the current of alignment. When this happens, it's normal to wonder, why does it suddenly feel easier? Is this too good to be true? But the truth is this ease is evidence. Evidence that the universe is unlocking your life with precision and grace. Evidence that you are exactly where you are supposed to be. This is not luck. This is divine choreography revealing sacred alignment in real time. It's one of the clearest signals that you've stepped into a door you never imagined, and you are now being carried by purpose itself. If you felt heavy obstacles dissolve without explanation, comment right now, the flow has started. Declare it. Recognize it, because when you acknowledge alignment, you strengthen the connection to what the universe is unlocking for you.
Chapter 3. Faith becomes your compass, walking without guarantees. The third unmistakable sign that the universe is unlocking a life you never planned for is this: faith becomes your natural compass. At first, the path still feels uncertain. You don't have all the answers, and the old part of you wants to retreat, to cling to what is familiar and predictable. But something inside begins to shift. You stop needing perfect clarity before taking the next step. You stop waiting for every condition to be safe and controlled. Instead, you begin to move from a deeper place, faith. This isn't the kind of faith that demands guarantees. It's not about certainty. It's about trusting the divine choreography, trusting the sacred alignment that has already begun shaping your life in ways you can't fully see. You start asking new questions, not what if this doesn't work, but what if this leads me exactly where I'm meant to be? Not what if I fail, but what if this is the door that changes everything? And something happens when faith becomes your compass. Fear begins to lose its grip. Doubt turns into curiosity. The unknown feels less like a threat and more like an invitation. Faith invites you to keep moving, even when the way forward is only partially lit. It's a whisper that says, you don't have to see the entire staircase, just take the next step. This is how the universe whispers back to you, not with all the answers, but with enough light for the next step. And every time you trust that inner nudge, the path expands. Doors continue unlocking. Opportunities continue aligning. This stage is about learning to walk without guarantees and discovering that the same force that opened the door is still walking with you through it. It's about replacing control with presence, replacing fear with trust, and replacing hesitation with alignment. The shift is subtle but powerful. You are no longer just hoping things work out. You are expecting the universe to move with you because you've felt the signs, and they are too perfect to be accidental. And here's the deeper truth. Faith doesn't remove every obstacle, but it removes their power to stop you. Faith doesn't erase the unknown, but it makes the unknown sacred instead of scary. When faith becomes your compass, you realize you're no longer walking alone. You're walking with the same energy that aligned those unexpected doors in the first place, the energy of destiny itself. If you feel your faith becoming stronger, if you've started trusting without needing proof, comment now, "I trust the path." Declare your trust and align your energy, because the universe responds to a willing heart.
Chapter 4. Perspective transforms from chaos to precision. The fourth unmistakable sign that the universe is unlocking a life you never planned for is a profound shift in perspective. Suddenly, you don't see life the way you used to. What once felt like chaos now feels like divine choreography. What once felt like loss now feels like liberation. What once felt like failure begins to look like a sacred alignment preparing you for something you couldn't yet see. This is how you know the process is working. Your inner vision changes before your outer reality fully catches up. You start to sense patterns that were invisible before, subtle whispers of the universe showing you that nothing in your journey has been random. You look back at closed doors and realize they were never rejections, they were redirections. You see how delays and detours weren't punishment, but divine timing, ensuring that certain doors would only unlock when you were ready to step through. And here's the remarkable thing about this perspective shift. You stop chasing approval because you value authenticity over validation. You stop worshiping busyness because you value peace over performance. You stop clinging to control because you value alignment over fear. This shift doesn't arrive with fireworks. It comes quietly, like dawn breaking through the night. You wake up one day and realize the same world looks different because you are different. Your spiritual lens has changed. You've stepped into a higher vibration of awareness where everything feels more connected, more meaningful, more precise. You begin to understand that this entire process, the endings, the unexpected doors, the dissolving obstacles, the growing faith, has been a carefully designed unlocking of destiny. And that clarity changes everything. Your priorities shift. Your values refine. Your soul feels lighter because it's no longer fighting alignment, it's flowing with it. Even uncertainty stops feeling threatening. You no longer need to control every outcome because you now trust that life is already moving with sacred alignment. You start welcoming the unknown because you know that what the universe unlocks is always greater than what you tried to script on your own. This is how transformation happens, not by forcing life to match your expectations, but by releasing those expectations and seeing how every twist, every pause, every door was part of something bigger, something sacred. When your perspective transforms, you're no longer just experiencing change. You're becoming the version of yourself who can hold what's coming next. Because the doors the universe unlocks aren't just about new opportunities, they're about expanding you into the person who belongs on the other side of them. If your perspective has shifted, if endings are beginnings and delays are divine timing, comment now, "My eyes are open." Declare that you see the sacred alignment for what it truly is and prepare your spirit for even greater doors unlocking ahead. Chapter 5. Quiet joy emerges, living inside the miracle. The fifth unmistakable sign that the universe is unlocking a life you never planned for is this. A quiet, unshakable joy begins to emerge from within you. This joy is unlike anything you felt before. It isn't tied to external success, perfect timing, or everyone else's approval. It's independent of outcomes, a joy rooted in alignment, in the deep knowing that you are exactly where you're meant to be. You wake up feeling light, even if life is still uncertain. You find yourself smiling without a reason, experiencing small moments of gratitude for things you used to overlook. A breeze on your skin, a conversation that feels divinely timed, a peaceful silence that suddenly feels sacred. This joy isn't loud or performative. It's steady, like a warm presence walking beside you. It whispers, "You no longer need to chase. You no longer need to prove. You are already inside the flow." And that's what makes this sign so powerful. You are no longer chasing miracles. You are living inside one. The same energy that opened those unexpected doors, that dissolved obstacles, that grew your faith and shifted your perspective, is now holding you in a state of peaceful alignment. This joy is evidence of transformation. It means you've crossed an invisible threshold. You no longer need external validation to feel secure. You no longer cling to what's falling away because you trust the divine choreography of what's being built. You no longer need to know every detail of what's ahead because the whisper of alignment inside you is stronger than any external noise. And the beauty of this joy is that it doesn't vanish when life gets hard. It doesn't crumble under pressure. It stays, because it isn't based on circumstances. It's based on becoming someone new, someone aligned with destiny instead of fear. This is when you realize the universe didn't just open doors to give you opportunities. It opened them to change who you are on the inside. And this quiet joy is proof that the transformation is real. If you've felt this quiet joy, that steady peace that tells you you're in alignment, comment now, "I am inside the flow." Declare it, because what you speak becomes what you live, and your words seal the sacred alignment you've stepped into.
Final call. The door is open. When the universe is unlocking a life you never planned for, it rarely feels loud or obvious. It doesn't announce itself with fireworks or perfect clarity. Instead, it speaks in whispers, in divine choreographies so subtle you almost miss it. A door unlocking inside your spirit, a sense that you're being carried towards something greater than you imagined. These 5 unmistakable signs, the unexpected doors appearing, the obstacles dissolving, the faith becoming your compass, the perspective transforming, and the quiet joy emerging, are not random events. They are sacred alignments, signals that destiny has already begun shaping your path. And here's the truth. You are not late. You are not lost. You are exactly on time. Every ending, every pause, every shift you didn't understand was preparing you for this moment, the moment when your soul recognizes that the door is already open. The only question now is, will you step through? Because doors don't demand, they invite. They require presence, not perfection, courage, not clarity. And the moment you say yes, even if you don't feel ready, even if the outcome is unknown, you activate something powerful, the flow of alignment that carries you into a life beyond what you could have scripted for yourself. So pause, breathe, and listen. That subtle pull in your spirit, that's your invitation. The universe is unlocking doors you never imagined, and what's waiting beyond them?
isn't ordinary opportunity, it's destiny. If this message resonated, if you feel the pull toward what's next, type right now in the comments, "The door is open." Declare it, speak it, seal it into your reality, and share this message with someone who needs to remember they are already standing in front of their door.